Businessman behind toxic online Benjamin Doyle campaign. The anonymous online account that helped spark a political firestorm over Green MP Benjamin Doyle's past Instagram posts is run by a businessman who is a former New Zealand First member, the Post can reveal. Now, the reason that's important is these are now feels and allegations and thoughts, but New Zealand First was the first to come out with this and push hard. And the person who is one of the igniters of this rumor is a former New Zealand First member. Now, by former, do they mean they haven't been a member for a week, for a year, for a month? What does that mean? Rhys Williams. There you go. Have a look at Rhys there. There you go, Rhys. From New Plymouth is behind the inflammatory X, formerly Twitter account, to, how do you say that? Etika? To Etika? Which last... Oh, Tui Teka. Got it. Tui Teka. Gotcha. Which last month unearthed posts from Doyle's pre-Parliament Instagram page, Bible Belt Bussy. Bunch of other bits and pieces. Do you want to hear a bit from him? Should we hear a bit from him? I'll just see what I've highlighted so I don't cock it up.
Oh, is that from Inflection Point?
Well, he ran it. That's his his
so this is exactly what I'm talking about how small this group is.
Yep.
So for those of you that don't know, Inflection Point was basically a conference for people that hate trans people.
Air quotes, conference. Air quotes, conference. Let's have a listen to the man himself.
Okay, everybody, we're about to start. My name's Rhys Williams. I'm one of the organisers for Unsilenced. From Inflection Point, New Zealand, and it really is a pleasure to welcome everyone here today. And I certainly respect the fact that it was under some pretty trying conditions. But the main thing is that we're here and we made it.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything too much of interest, so we won't get through any more of that. We'll keep reading, shall we? At the center of this campaign is Tui Teka, which is a call, which has called for more dirt on Doyle and relentlessly targeted political opponents with slurs, smears, and thinly veiled allegations of pedophilia. There is no evidence suggesting New Zealand First is involved with the account. The party said Williams is not a current member. I was a bit like, I'm a bit cautious about, how to, should we say alleged? I'll show you the Tui Teka Twitter feed. He's come out admitting it's him, so there's no question about it now. The post linked Williams to the account through a trail of biographical breadcrumbs, references to jobs, locations, and a recent anonymous interview on the platform. Williams, who has lived abroad for much of the past 20 years, has kept a low public profile on the platform. He explained, this is the interview. I haven't actually seen if that's still there. You could look up the platform and see if it's called something like the man behind the Doyle dossier. Let's see if that's still there. He explained why he wanted to remain anonymous. Now, this is what he says. I've got children. I've got a job. I've got a life. Didn't think about like Benjamin Doyle. Benjamin Doyle's got a child, got a job, got a life. That will blow that up. But NIMBY to the power of 10. We've seen what happened to other people who speak out on particular issues. It can become quite nasty. Really? Last year, Williams organised and emceed the Inflection Point Conference in Wellington, a gathering opposing the gender indoctrination, in quote marks, of children. Online, Tui Teka was explicit about the writer's political leanings. I literally started my account to encourage people to vote New Zealand First, one post read. Goes on. Responding to the post story following publication, the Tui Teka account posted, "Hear this, bozos," spelling mistake. It's X. You'll find thousands of the same sentiments expressed on any given day in New Zealand. I'm a proud New Zealander, just not proud enough to put your name behind your X profile. And I do not regret standing up for what's right. I do not regret exposing a public interest matter, and I won't be stopping tweeting about issues or offering my opinion on subjects that I know many good Kiwis support me on. I think the word good in there could be removed. Any Kiwis support me on. And I would encourage you all to also continue doing so. Don't let them win. In a statement, New Zealand First President Julian Paul said the party was not responsible for posts made by its supporters on their private social media accounts. To the best of our knowledge, this account existed for years and well before New Zealand First even returned to Parliament, he said. The account was created in February 2023. So
the ancient past of 2023. The old days.
Paul also said the party had nor Peters had ever coordinated, planned, or even communicated with Williams about Doyle, and it was not the party's role to act as some sort of totalitarian thought police. I mean, there's lots of other things. So maybe, I'm not saying this happened, but he didn't communicate with the party or with Peters. So maybe he communicated with one of the press secretaries. Maybe he communicated with an underling. Maybe he communicated with the social media person. Like I'm not saying he did do that, but that statement in and of itself could be true, and he still could have funneled information to New Zealand First as well. We became aware of the Doyle issue just like everyone else, reading the plethora of posts on multiple social media platforms, Paul said. Our party has a huge number of members, most of whom have personal social media accounts, and they alone are responsible for. We do not scroll through and monitor every member's posts and vet them, nor should we. We believe in the freedom of expression and freedom of speech. If there is any accusations of slander, slurs, smears, or false allegations, that is for the individuals involved to address. And there's just a delightful collection of the things that his pseudonym, which is also known as Holy Heka Tuiteka, fucking junkie, crack whore, your next bitch, awful fucking bitch is what she is, and just another Marxist idiot bitch, such a cringy mental illness bitch. Oh look, act pedo supporter. New Zealand has lost. Every one of our institutions will be captured by the pedo death cult. Every fucking one of them, and it goes on and on and on and on.
Just before you carry on there, Pat, we just got an interjection from the chat.
Gosh.
Rhys is a nice guy, and I've met him before.
Okay, so after all of those images, the account goes on, the report goes on to say the account lavishes praise on New Zealand First while heaping vitriol on the party's perceived enemies, including journalists, academics, and rival politicians. He's blocked me, so maybe I'm doing something right. Among the insults, one female journalist is a stupid bitch, and another is a communist C-word, cunt, I guess. A prominent academic is a dumb Marxist bitch. Nicola Williams is a sick bitch. Chloe Swarbrick is a mental illness bitch. And Dame Jacinda Ardern is an evil, stupid bitch, a cunt, and a junkie crack whore. Can I just say something? For all you people on the right who like to throw abuse at people on the left and use words like incel because of the attitudes that you say the left have towards women. Hello? I mean, I'm sure there's many more comments on the Twitter feed, but there's nothing about guys in that at all. It's all about women. MPs Matt Ducey and Chris Bishop are also called child abuser and rainbow retard, respectively. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon is a giant pervert. The account sometimes implies that its targets are either pedophiles or sympathetic to pedophilia. One post reads, the Greens, quote, use kids any way they please. They turn them into political and sexual playthings, end quote. The account has called Doyle P. Diddy Doyle, a reference to the musician. Yeah, we know that. It also said Doyle hasn't claimed he's not. He hasn't claimed he's not. Well, he has now. So you're okay with that now? Despite these highly vulgar, personal vulgar attacks, Tuiteka is followed by various senior New Zealand First figures, including Party President Julian Paul, who we just heard from, Party Secretary Holly Howard, a board member, Helma Vermeulen, and MPs Shane Jones, Jenny Marcroft, and Tanya Unkovic.
So if they follow him, he makes comment, they see it.
Yeah.
And they're fine with that shit show screed of abusive gendered insults.
Apparently.
Far out, man.
After our conversation the last couple of days about defamation, I find this really interesting. A legal grey zone. Media law experts told the Post that some of the posts by the account were legally questionable. I think there is potential defamation liability for some of these posts and comments, but online defamation can be pretty complicated, said barrister and media law specialist Stephen Price. I think a court would dismiss some of these comments as mere vulgar abuse. Choice. Some could be defended as honest opinion. Some are doing no more than calling for an investigation, but others are flat out calling him. I guess I'm not sure whether he's talking about Ben there, calling someone a dangerous pedophile, or clearly implying that they're the most likely to be found defamatory, since the evidence strikes me as tenuous. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the article, there must be a limit for the post, and I have to pay for the rest of it now. So I haven't actually bookmarked any more, but there's a bunch more of the tweets. And there goes on to say, so I haven't pre-read all of this because the strongest claims appear to be about the Green Party in general, Edgler said, but the connection to Doyle was likely strong enough to form the basis of a claim that's about defamation. One here, this one, for Cassandra Mudgway, and I think that's Cassandra there. Yep. For Cassandra Mudgway, a senior law lecturer at the University of Canterbury, the torrent of online abuse directed at Doyle was what she calls online violence. Laws like the Harmful Digital Communications Act were designed to address online harassment by a single person, she said, but most distressing kinds of abuse comes from the sheer number of violent commentators, most of whom are unknown to the victim or intentionally anonymous. And I think that's such a huge part of this conversation, right? Such a huge part of the conversation is, if you go to his, is that it there? No, that's not it there. Did I have it anywhere else? If you go to his, yep, here it is. So this is the post he put up afterwards. Doxing for clips is all the media and I have left, and I do mean left. No wonder 75% of the public distrust the media. Person A is a private citizen who brought to light a disgusting and public social media post of person B, a member of parliament, who they shield and give an easy ride to, yet they go after the messenger like some kind of white knight hero. Just more reason why mainstream media is dead. Their biggest hit against me is that I am a New Zealand first voter. Anyone who follows me clearly knows my voting preference. It's in my Twitter bio. I like how they picked on the saltiest tweets to stir up controversy. Hear these bozos, it's X, you'll find thousands of them, yada, yada, yada. But the thing is, right, he's talking about private citizen. It's not that you lose the right to anonymity, but if you are doing potentially defamatory thing as an anonymous person, for me, that's a different level of scrutiny. So that's one of the, like, if he had his actual name there, little arrow, New Plymouth, and made all these comments, you're kind of like, well, we know who it is. Now we can choose whether we participate with this person or not. But it's the anonymous nature of it. Now, just before we go, Chewie, there's one more thing. When I told you that I wanted you to bring back up that clip, it's probably about get ready to bring it back up, because the platform has had Rhys Williams on a couple of times. And remember, including Mr. Plunkett, deleting all those tweets, deleting content is evidence that you've done something wrong. So the big question is, I wonder why when we click on the conversation with Rhys Williams, it's been taken down by the platform.
Oh.
And if we click on the other conversation, which is down here, inflection points Rhys Williams on attempting to cancel speaking on the platform, yeah, that's been deleted as well. And if you go onto their YouTube channel and you look up Rhys Williams, yep, that's been deleted as well. So when you showed that image, and feel free, I'll take mine down, bring yours back up now. When you showed that image, you have to scroll in a little bit for me. I'm old and blind. And
I don't know where I've put that window now.
It's got Sean Plunkett saying some positive things about Benjamin Doyle. And they've taken down at least 2 interviews with Rhys Williams. I approach this tweet with some amount of skepticism. I wonder if they're covering, I don't know what was said in those interviews, but I can't imagine it would be defamatory. But I wonder why Sean Plunkett would say this and take down the interviews with whatever his name is. I've forgotten it. Rhys Williams. He's that unimportant. So there you go, Joe.
You just say Rhys Witherspoon.
That's the whole summation of this person. They have been outed now. You know me, Chewie, and we've done this in the last couple of weeks. I'm pretty reticent to give people's details out. We don't believe in doxing. It's something we don't do. So I'm someone who is less ready to just say it's this person from here. But when it gets reported in the media, this is a stuff.co.nz publication, The Post. We just report it and we say Stuff is reporting. The Post is reporting, and that was a report from Stuff. I know it was a lot of reading, and I apologize for that, guys, but there was no moving pictures. And that's one of the main guys, and I guess the other is Annie O'Brien, who created a lot of the smoke or fire, which would it be? Whatever. A lot of the noise around Benjamin Doyle, and he seems like absolute revolting. Well, I mean, you knew that already, but now that it's been outed who he is, it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Because remember, look, I'm not about vigilantism, but he didn't want to release his name on Plunkett's show. Oh, I should look that up as well. See if that one's been deleted. Look, he didn't want to do that, right? Because he was aware that the heat that could bring on him, all while helping to put burning coals on the head of Benjamin Doyle, bringing him enough heat that Benjamin had to go home for his own safety.
Yeah, it's fucked. I want these people out of the political discourse. And I'm sure it's happened that people have come into the orbit of, hanging around political movements and that sort of thing, and there'll be people who go, "Oh fuck, this guy's a bit yuck. I don't want to associate it." That needs to happen more. Like, I would love this to damage Annie O'Brien. Like, she has moved between the machinery of various political parties. It's one of the things that she seems to be very proud of, is that she's worked in people's campaign offices and that sort of thing. She's worked on the platform, and famously her and Sean did not get on, and it devolved into what was it? Was it employment? So she took him to employment court or something like that. Why is she still circulating? Why is she someone that has the juice to go on the working group as someone that has a valid opinion about something? I hope this damages her reputation. I hope it blows up in her face. I hope that this guy, whatever his business is, just implodes and his circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller, just like Gray and Lineham's did.
Yeah,
like if you want to torpedo your life by being just a shitty human, I wish you could do it without fucking affecting other people's lives. It's amazing. I read a story today from down here, a councillor in the Southland area. I'm not sure if it was Clutha or the Southland District Council or something like that. A guy that is of Māori descent. He was just talking about how he received a phone call or a phone message where someone identified themselves, threw a whole lot of abuse his way, and finished the conversation by telling him that he was an N-word and needed to get his shit together and get out of politics.
Wow.
Now that that councillor went to the police about it, and the police told him, write him a letter. Yeah, weird advice. So the guy wrote him a letter, hasn't heard anything back from him. So the next stage is go to the press and just say, hey, look, this is the sort of shit that we have to deal with. Very much like this Otago University piece that's come out.
Yeah.
And in this article, he goes, look, I don't want to blow up this guy's reputation and his business. And like that's admirable. I don't think I would be that admirable. Like this person's reputation is not your responsibility. That goes out the window the moment he drunkenly called you in the middle of the night and called you the N-word. Blow up is like if he's known in his community, blow him up.
Yeah.
He didn't do it anonymously. He put his fucking name on it.
Yeah.
Same with this guy.
Yeah.
Like you can be judged by your words and your actions. Did you do these things? Yes, you fucking did. Does a big portion of the population consider it vile and offensive? Yes. So there's repercussions for this. It might not be legally actionable, but there are going to be consequences.
The other thing, just looking at the website as well, and I don't know what part of this displays. If you have a look at the platform, for example, all the coverage of the Benjamin Doyle situation, which remember on some level has been fanned into flames by Rhys Williams. The videos done it over the last week. There's several of them. Will have earned the platform, I would say, about $1,000 New Zealand dollars if you look at the number of views they've got, knowing what the rate for YouTube has. So the algorithm for this has earned the platform money. This is a commercial thing. I just wonder in that setting, does it make any difference to any kind of proceedings? Like, because I'm pretty sure that Benjamin was asked at the stand-up about defamation or that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure they said something like, hadn't really thought about that yet, but it was something certainly worth investigating. And I'm just like, you talk about blow it up. I'm like, shit, yeah, blow it up. It would be fascinating to see what happens. And I wonder if that's one of the reasons. Because the one about the man behind the Benjamin Doyle Bible dossier is still up. They haven't taken that one down. So why they'll have taken the other ones down, not sure. But it smells a bit fishy.
Yeah, like as far as those, how many stories did the platform do on this?
Well,
how many have tagged with it?
3, 4, 5, at least 6. So at least one a day for the past week, you know.
How many clips do they have about Tim Jago?
Yes, very good point.
Like honestly,
or how flippant are they being about Hamish Campbell?
Yeah. So honestly, can we weigh these on their merits? The president of the ACT Party was an embezzler and a pedophile, and the leader of the party knew.
Can I just say, sorry to interrupt you, I just put Jago into the search engine for that, and there's literally nothing.
Oh, not a fucking thing. That's great. So he's an embezzler and a pedophile, and the leader of the party knew. They concealed it, tried to get it to go to an employment lawyer, didn't go to the police. Victim had to go to the police. That's a political scandal. The fact that it was under name suppression, sure, name suppression, that's what it's there for. But the fact that it was extended for so long because it would affect the election, that is a political scandal.
Yeah.
And he actually did it. It's not rumors. It's not people online going, I reckon this guy's a pedophile because he used a fucking emoji I don't like.
Or wore that shirt. That's the shirt that's the color of pedophiles.
Yeah. He did it.
Yeah.
He did it. The ACT Party president was a pedophile, and that was concealed by the ACT Party leader, who is very soon going to be our deputy prime minister.
Yeah.
Why is that not the question whenever someone asks David Seymour anything? If he calls a little press conference and is quietly trying to push Mihiringi Forbes out of fucking frame the whole time, why is the next question go, how long did you know that Tim Jago was a pedophile.
Speaking of, I connected with Mihi. I don't know Mihi Narangi, but I connected trying to look about the mini doco, and she has said a new mini doco coming soon, maybe a week or so. So there you go. There's the goss.
Like that's the political scandal of the year, and it died within a week.
Yeah.